Yeah, Crosby.
He's on, and I don't know why, because it's been a rough night. But we're back here on a Freestyle Friday. The redoubtable one, the Law Dog in the hizzy, licking his wounds after a tough one tonight in East Lansing. The number 3 Wolverines came into town and took care of business. Michigan State made a run. It was a 1-point game in the second half. They were down 16. You can't spot it.
Actually, had a 2-point win. Michigan State went up. We were up.
Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah. They hit a 3, and after that,
you're right.
Look, Michigan is for real.
Oh yeah,
they are, because that's a tough place to win. Duke won in there by 2 or something.
They haven't beat us there since 18.
Yeah, it's been a while.
8 years.
So, they're both legit. They could dance again. I'm just saying.
Yep.
Don't be surprised. But I think they both have Final Four potential. I'm not kidding when I say that. But this is IDD. I am the highly questionable one. It is a Freestyle Friday. Welcome to the mid-sack, the frigid sack. There's going to be shrinkage. There's going to be shrinkage. If there hasn't been shrinkage, it didn't get above freezing.
Dude. Shrinkage? We've been in shrinkage stage.
I'm saying it hasn't. I was about to say it hasn't gone above freezing for about 10 days, and it's not supposed to until Monday.
Man,
we are
Monday.
shrunken.
We are shrunken. Shriveled.
I mean,
I'm impressed. Your subdivision's plowed though. Ours
it happened yesterday.
Ours looks like a skating rink still.
We had a bulldozer come down here yesterday. But the damn bulldozer didn't even pick it all up. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, they can't do it with regular plows.
No,
it's just straight ice. Yeah, unless they throw salt down.
They don't have salt. They threw sand on.
Yeah, they threw sand on.
Like, you don't throw sand on ice. I'm sorry.
The bulldozer did a pretty good job, though. I mean,
there's still.
I know it's
over
not,
half of it's coming.
It's not good.
Well, maybe if it got down here 4 days ago before it all froze. By the way, I don't know when you guys cleared off your car, but when I finally finished, it was 4 inches thick off the roof.
Thick, and then
thick
it was like
fucking ice.
Yeah, you had to let the car run for a while so you could get like you lift it off.
We had to leave last night. I had to fucking dig that shit.
I had to dig. Yeah, he buried us. The son of a bitch. Every fucking parking right here, he buries mine. I'm like, you fucking dick. Like, seriously? Like, come on. Come on. But anyway, we are here. We're here anyway because we don't quit at halftime, like I said. We don't quit with 10 minutes to go. It is segment 1. College basketball. Hey, the weekend is upon us. Big game tomorrow. Number 9. Is it number 9? Illinois. Number 5. Who are they playing tomorrow? Nebraska. Yeah, big one tomorrow. Duke is playing Virginia Tech, who is 16-6. Looking good. That's a big one tomorrow at noon in the ACC. Duke is number 4. That's a big one. I think it's here. I think they're coming up here.
To Tech?
I think they're coming to Tech.
To Blacksburg?
I think they are. And right now, as we speak, VCU
up 10
is up 10 on Loyola Chicago. Sister Jean, God rest her soul.
Yeah, she died, and so did this program. They're 5-17 this year.
They're not honoring her well. Once upon a time, they were in the Final Four.
But Drew's still there coaching.
So yeah, he is. So
I really thought he was the guy that went to Michigan State.
Yeah, so like Carlton went to Michigan State in the 80s. Then it ended up being that Carlton coached.
It's at VCU.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carlton coached Sexton High School in Lansing, and then Drew. They didn't win a state championship with Drew on the squad because Drew and Denzel played at the same time.
Denzel,
Denzel Valentine.
That's right.
National Player of the Year.
Confused. Denzel.
Then when Drew graduated, obviously, he went to Oakland, and Carlton Valentine had a team with Anthony Clements. He ended up going to Iowa. He had Denzel Valentine and Bryn Forbes, who went to Michigan State. He went to Cleveland State initially, and then he was his senior year the number 1 3-point shooter in the nation.
Look, and just so you know, because we haven't done our IDD top 10 in a while, but right now, currently,
16,
right now, you've got, and again, most of these teams, I don't know if these two have caught the UConn Huskies. Danny Hurley, they are back.
Oh, yeah.
They are legit. Arizona is 1, UConn 2, Michigan 3, Duke 4, Nebraska 5.
Nebraska's for legit.
They are for real. Gonzaga 6 at 21-1. You guys are 7. ISU at 8. Illinois 9. Houston has dropped to 10. Texas Tech. That's Duke's 1 loss. They are 11. Purdue is 12. BYU is 13. Kansas back in alive. They're at 14. Arkansas and Danny Cash 15. North Carolina 16. Virginia 16-3. They are at 17. Vanderbilt fucking sports program has turned around on the men's side. They are relevant.
Basketball.
They are relevant.
And their baseball team's usually pretty good.
Yeah. I mean,
that's the one I think that's always been good, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they have.
And then
they are sitting at 18. Florida, defending national champ, they're at 19. Louisville sitting at 20 after Duke smacked them around the other night. St. Louis Billikens, they are at 21. Clemson, ACC 22. Alabama,
10 team in the top 25. That's good.
That's good for you guys. Yes, it is. And St. John's with Rick Pitino, Rick Pinocchio, rounding out. By the way, Miami of Ohio quietly 24-20-0. That's Wally Zerbiak world. That's Wally's world.
Like the Daddy
They're
Cash.
back. Daddy Cash. Yeah, I know him too well. Anyway, that is the current top 25. There are big games. Like I said, tomorrow, like I said, we dropped names on 2 of them. That big one, again, I'll tell you that Nebraska-Illinois game. I am interested to see that one. That's going to be very.
Look, Nebraska did the same thing they did to us, to Michigan. Michigan was able to find a way to win.
Yeah.
Michigan beat them by 3 on Tuesday.
Yeah.
But 19 turnovers for Michigan. When we played them, we had 19 turnovers.
Yeah.
So they force you to turn the ball over.
Yeah.
Now, we lost by 2 points. I always felt like we had 15 turnovers, probably win the game.
By the way, that's the best part of the year for us is because they have big games on Sunday now too. Because remember, the Super Bowl is a week away.
Yeah.
There's no football. That's the first Sunday with no football.
Yeah.
They got ranked games on Sunday too. So we'll be diving into that.
Getting those 2 wins in 1 week is
Huge.
Pretty fucking
Michigan?
Yeah.
I thought they might even. I don't know if they'll pass. I don't know if they'll go anywhere, but.
Michigan is 3. UConn is 2.
2.
Yes, I don't know if they'll hop UConn or.
If they keep winning, they won't.
Yeah,
By the way,
right.
Duke, Louisville was 20. Duke beat Louisville by 31 on Tuesday night.
And
Louisville is good.
Arizona's not going to fall unless they lose.
Yeah. You know they're not. They're not. UVA is going to blast BC tomorrow. Arizona is at Bobby Hurley. They're ASU. That's at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then
I was telling you about Bobby Hurley having
ASU, but he said, hasn't had a good year.
Yeah. Well, they started out hot. I don't know what happened.
It was like
forks up.
We haven't played good basketball here since before the pandemic. Don't listen to me.
He had a meltdown. Dude, 4:30, number 13 BYU at number 14 Kansas. That's at 4:30. That's a good one.
Might be a Donnie.
I'm saying it could be a Donnie, potential Donnies. We got to start getting to the college.
That Michigan State game was actually a good game.
It was a good game.
It did turn out. It's kind of funny that Michigan flipped to our side. Like they were shooting 34% for a while.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, UConn at Creighton at 8 o'clock. UConn at Creighton. That's 8 o'clock game.
That's the prime time.
That's the
Creighton
prime time
this
game.
year?
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're not ranked.
They're not what they've been.
They've got guys have been drafted the past couple. We drafted one of them. 10:30 Gonzaga and guess who? St. Mary's.
Always a good game.
That's the big game. That's the classic St. Mary's. That's a good one tomorrow night.
And he always seems to be fighting 1 and 2 in that.
Well, they're always fighting for that West Coast Conference.
They always end up in the conference championship.
They usually do.
Yeah,
and they both get in. And they both win a couple games every year. So that'll be a good game tomorrow night. So good day of hoops tomorrow. So if you, again, it's that time of year. We're gearing up. We are, because February 1st is on Sunday. We are 1 month from the madness.
This is interesting. VCU's game started at 9 p.m. tonight.
That's interesting,
right? Yeah. Maybe they had something going on before.
Yeah, I don't know.
Chicago Central Time Zone?
Game
No, it's here.
No, but Chicago is in the Central Time Zone. Maybe that's why.
Maybe they started. Did they have a
8
women's
o'clock
game
there.
before? Sometimes they stagger the women's games too.
I don't think so.
Chicago.
I know they do that at
I'm
Eastern
just
Michigan.
guessing. It's 8 o'clock.
They used to do that in
It's 8 o'clock
University,
start in Chicago.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. I don't know.
Well, it's an ESPN game. That probably is.
Could be.
So maybe.
Well, if they had a 7 o'clock, then they had a 9 o'clock. That's usually how they do it.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah. So that's
It's
probably-
some sort of, because sometimes they'll do like the mid-major Friday night type shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's probably
which is always a fun time.
Yeah.
Again, hoop junkies. Sorry, we get used to it. We're 1 month on Sunday. 1 month from the madness of March, so we got to start gearing up.
I did a whole series on January basketball for my weekend show, which the third part of that series was
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug for
Shameless
Inside
plug.
Level. WHMI.com. Sorry about 9
Shameless
a.m.
plug. We're fans. We're fans.
And so it was interesting just interviewing all these different coaches. So each time I had a coach that I was doing a pregame for, I would just ask him, say, hey, tell me about January basketball. There's March Madness, right? From the college game, there's June is for the finals. December is always a good month for high school because they're playing teams they're not used to because they want to find like different matchups or face real tough teams that they might play in the tournament later in March. But January's conference play. So it was amazing to hear some of the feedback. But I had a coach this week say, hey man, this is a discovery time. He's like, because you got teams you're going to play again, but it also is it's perfect for you to really just self-evaluate. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That's good because we had an upset on our station tonight of a team that's kind of turned in the corner. They had a 6-game skid, won Tuesday, and then they beat the number 2 team tonight. Oh. So I was like, I couldn't believe it when my buddy texted me. He goes, hey, man, they won. It's like, no way. But January basketball is fun. You're right. Like, just kind of picking up what you just said. We're basketball junkies at that time of year.
That time of year. And as a former high school coach, to his point, because the tournament starts usually in Massachusetts anyway in mid-February.
Yeah.
So you're ramping up. You're in, you've got a holiday tournament like around that, and then you get seeded.
They got 3 weeks left in Michigan, so it's about a week later.
So usually
districts, you guys probably had those. Yep.
Mass has got it. It's done by population. It's from grades 10 through 12 in the high schools, male, and that's how they determine the divisions. Division 1 that's the big one. That's where all the big boys play.
Does everybody make districts in Mass?
No, you got to win your conference. And they don't have conference tournaments, but then it's like, to get in, you have to have a 500 record or better. You have to be at least 10-10. They play 20 games.
Okay.
So you have to be at least 10-10 to qualify. Now, if they have a bunch of 10-10, they'll make it a bigger tournament. That's what's cool about Massachusetts. If they have a bigger number, some years it's smaller than others.
Yep.
But if you're 10-10, you qualify for the state tournament. That's really cool. Now
you just got to win 10 games.
Yeah, you got to go 500 or better.
It's like football; they got to win 6.
You got to win. You got to win 10. You got to go 10 out of 20 or 500 or better. Give below 500, you don't.
That's cool. That's cool.
So if you're 9 and 10, you're not.
Michigan, they'll play. Everyone plays in districts.
Yeah.
So even if you're 5 and 20 on the season, you're playing that first round game, and you have to win.
You're a low
3 or 4.
seed. You got to win.
Yeah, exactly.
Get blasted.
Yeah, usually what happens is they get butt blasted.
Yeah.
But
The number 45 seed is playing the number 1 seed.
every once in a while,
Like a postseason.
every once in a while, you'd be like, they've won districts. They're 8
about
on the season. You know, they're getting destroyed in regionals, but every once in a while, you have a good story.
For the old
backside Georgia.
Georgie boy.
Don't Georgie boy. Anyway, so no, it is that time of year, and obviously, for a college anyway, this is where it starts to ramp up, especially conference play to Lawton's points. You look at this Michigan State matchup tonight. They're going to meet again probably in the conference tournament.
Yep.
Or do they play in Chrysler?
March 8th. They'll play at Chrysler.
They're going to play one more time.
And then they might play in the conference tournament.
I'm saying this is not.
Who else would challenge for that? Or could they just see each other?
Nebraska.
So I would say Nebraska, Purdue, maybe Illinois. I don't know if
they're ranked 9th.
They're ranked 9th.
They're ranked 9th. We're going to find out a lot tomorrow. They're playing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what tomorrow's to find out.
I don't know.
How good is Illinois? I want to find out tomorrow.
The general consensus of people I talk to, it's the top 4. Nebraska is now. After giving Michigan that run, they're like, okay, no more. They're for real. Like everyone was still a little hesitant on the Cornhuskers. They were like, I don't know, but they're for real. They're for real.
I could say it now because they fought them hard, and that was at Chrysler.
Yep.
So the fact they went into Michigan and fought them tooth and nail tells me that they're legitimate.
Absolutely.
Was it Mary Chrysler?
No, it wasn't.
It used to be Chrysler Arena when I was young.
Used to be
now it's
Chrysler
Chrysler Center.
Is that what it's called? They changed it.
They haven't really.
By the way, the ACC, which has 5 ranked teams, is maybe back. They are deep. I mean, Virginia Tech is 16-6. Nobody's talking about them. Notre Dame looks good. I'm just saying the ACC is deep. It's probably 10, 11 teams deep this year. I'm not saying 10 or 11 are going to get in, but I'm telling you right now, they're probably going to get 7.
Duke for sure.
There's 5 ranked, but I'm saying there's like 4 or 5.
Duke has a shot.
Duke has a shot.
There could be on that bubble. Look, if the bubble doesn't burst, they'll find themselves.
They never faltered. But North Carolina did. Like, remember there were a couple years ago.
Carolina actually went on a bit of a slump and they had bounced back. They dropped down to North Carolina.
Krzyzewski was there until what? 3 years ago.
Well, I'll tell you what, John Shire,
he was the reason.
who's been to 2 Final Fours.
Hey, Shire took the baton and has done a really
he was the recruiter.
But I'm saying
he knows how to recruit.
But think about how many times the coach changed that felt like at UNC, didn't it?
Well, Roy Williams retired.
He was there for a while.
Dean,
for a
Roy
long
Williams,
time.
and then who was after?
Now it's
Hubert Davis.
Hubert Davis.
He's
been
been
somebody before.
He's won a national title. I think he's been to a final.
Hubert Davis.
He went to a final and they lost.
So when did they have the lulls? Was it with Roy?
At the end of Roy's run, they had
end of Roy's run,
into Hubert.
Yeah. But he was good out of the gate, though. He made the Final Four in his second year. Hubert Davis. So no, he's been Carolina. Look, the thing with the Tar Heels is that the brand is still the brand, and even though last year that they relied on it too much and it cost them. This team this year though, which fell as low as 24, now they're back up to 14. They've got a talent. They've got a freshman. He's one of the top 4 or 5 players maybe in the country. He's legitimate, and along with this kid from BYU. I wish you'd seen that game against Arizona because that kid is for real. He is a 6'9".
Who's the fight? Duke, Virginia Tech, Notre Dame. Who am I missing?
It's North Carolina, Duke, Louisville. Who's ranked. Virginia, who is also ranked.
Yeah.
They're 16-3, by the way. No one's talking about it.
Right.
And they're ranked.
Virginia Tech's A10, right?
They're A10. No. They're ACC. They're 16-6. They're not even ranked.
Yeah.
They're not even ranked. Louisville is ranked.
That's a team that could beat you in a tournament.
Yeah, well, I'm saying Louisville. Yeah. I mean, so they've got 5 ranked teams. And they've got another 4 or 5 on the outside that are really. Pitt is legit. I mean, they've got good. Like the middle group quadrant here is back. Like the ACC was top heavy for a few years.
Yeah.
It was 4, 5, 6 deep at the most. Now now it looks like it's 10 or 11 deep again.
I love it.
And that's why I'm saying that conference tournament's going to be a lot of fun. Georgia Tech is going to go. I mean, Miami. They've got.
Wake Forest any good? Florida State?
Florida State is not very good this year.
Because Florida State's had some years.
They've been. I mean, if you.
Their coach Leonard Helmson's not there anymore, right?
I think he retired.
Yeah.
They were always.
He was there forever.
But they were always good when he was there. That was the thing.
They were always like I would say like a Sweet 16
caliber. Yeah.
Yeah. Like they were always going to be good. They get lucky every once in a while. But.
So if you look at the ACC right now, Clemson is the other one. Clemson is 22. So right now, if you're looking, they're ranked 22. Clemson.
Jesus.
Well, listen to me. Hold on. Listen. It's Duke, Clemson, Virginia, top 3. Miami, NC State, SMU is 15-5. Carolina, Virginia Tech, Louisville, Cal, Stanford. Stanford is 14-7.
That is weird that they're in the ACC.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Remember when they moved over?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11 deep.
SMU moved it.
And then that's the 11th team, Stanford, who is 14-7. Syracuse 12-9. After that, it's Suckville. BC 9-11. Pitt actually has sunk. Wake right there. Wake is actually over 500.
Notre Dame trash.
Notre Dame. They're 10. They're 11-10.
Notre Dame's a tough team.
They're 11-10. The problem is they've played a bunch of those ranked ones and they've lost. That's what the bulk of their losses are.
Yeah. But they might hit a stretch here where they got the bottom feeders.
But I'm telling you, you look at this top 7 right here, where it's Duke, Clemson, Virginia, Miami, NC State, SMU, and North Carolina, Virginia Tech, and Louisville. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Mm-hmm. That's 9 teams that can legitimately all get into the tournament.
That's kind of wild.
That's wild. They all have a better than 500 record in the conference. And Virginia Tech.
You better win your conference.
Hold on to the Big Ten real quick. I'm curious because I know that State's got a pretty. I don't think any games are easy, but they've got a stretch of 4 games where I'm like, okay, they should be fine.
Here's the Big Ten.
And they're probably. I would want to be Minnesota.
Big Ten. You've got
the Golden Gophers.
The Golden Gophers.
Let me tell you something. You go into the Golden Gophers State. Underestimating that team, you're going to get your ass handed.
I would say you guys are also you got 5 ranked teams also.
Yep.
After Purdue's, that you've got Michigan, Nebraska, Illinois, Michigan State, Purdue. That's the top 5.
Yeah,
then you got Wisconsin and UCLA. They're both 15-6.
But Wisconsin beat Michigan,
yes,
and they shouldn't have. Like it's
they're 7-3 in the conference.
They're kind of like creeping up.
Yeah, I'm saying. But then you got UCLA, who's 7-3 in the conference. They're 15-6. Ohio State 6-4, 14-6. Iowa 15-5. Indiana 5-5 and 14-6.
Ohio State
and then
disappointing.
But see, that's where it cuts off because USC, who actually is 15-6, but they're 4-6 in the conference. So that's 9-10.
USC, I don't know what it is. I like Eric.
They don't lack for talent. It might be Eric Musselman. He's
a good coach, but I just feel like they can never put it together there. They haven't been able to really do it there.
They have talent. They never lack for talent. But to your point, I don't know if it's the portal. I don't know if it's that these guys. I don't know what it is. But they are always. You look up and they got 20 wins every fucking year.
Yeah.
Every fucking year. USC.
Yeah.
They don't lack for talent. Southern California's there's a lot of ball players out there. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Do you remember Phil Martelli?
Of course.
Yeah.
Phil Martelli was an assistant coach at Michigan under Beeline and under Juwan Howard. We used to say that's actually the real coach, and Juwan Howard.
You know, his son's coaching VCU now.
Correct. Oh yeah. And Phil was there for a minute as an assistant, I think, helping his son the first year. But he was at St. Joe's.
I thought this was the first year.
Is it Martelli's first year?
I think so.
Is he helping? He's got to be helping his son.
Well, he's in the stands.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know.
So currently with 51 seconds to go, it looks like VCU put these guys to bed. It is 87-75 Rams.
Well, I forgot Ryan.
What's their record, by the way?
Kind of looked like the guy that was in Dream. Remember the movie The Dream Team?
Tech, same record. What's their conference?
Remember the movie The Dream Team with
6-2.
Michael
6-2 in the conference. Okay.
Michael Keaton, and they had the old guy that was like, "Arise and walk, my son," when he was like the guy that thought he was Jesus. You remember that?
No.
You've never seen that? That's a great movie. He knows you've seen it. That's a great movie.
I've seen that.
But Martelli kind of reminds me of the guy.
Well, I forgot that VCU's old coach, Ryan Odom, who they got from like Utah State.
Yep.
He's leading UVA now.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, they're good.
It's good.
They look legit. They are legit.
Shaka's got Marquette playing. They'll be fine.
Dude, he's had them consistently good.
Yes.
They're struggling this year.
Are they?
They are for the first time. They're struggling.
Yeah.
Well, I think because the top 2 teams in that are think about it. It's UConn and St. John's. Rick Pitino, he's back. I hate to say it, the man won't die. He's back, and he won his 900th game the other day.
St. John's good this year?
Yeah, they're ranked 24th.
And he doesn't recruit high school players. It's just straight portal.
Yeah.
He wants dudes that are already ball. Yeah, he said that.
Yeah, Pitino's not.
He goes, we don't recruit high school players. We just look at the portal.
He's like Indiana, Miami.
Yeah.
He's like,
In
done.
football.
Well, to this point, and he's not wrong about this. It's pro basketball now. They're getting paid.
Yeah.
They're getting paid, and if they don't like what their situation is, I know what he's doing. He's got his scouts are sitting there watching guys, and he's targeted guys. Okay, who's not happy here and who's not happy there? Is he a sophomore? What is he, junior? And if you're smart, and Pitino is, he's probably trying to get a mix of between sophomores and juniors. So he's got some experience, some upperclassmen, but he's got some young talent. So it's kind of he's trying to get a mix.
They got some guys that are going to play. And St. John's are right there in the city, right?
Yeah, they are. New York?
Yeah.
Queens.
So, I mean, right. So, I mean, it's like you get kids there, sophomore, junior, they're in New York City.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's fun.
Big East.
Yeah, you're playing ball.
Yeah,
It's just-
UConn. I mean, you got
You're in the Mecca. It's fun, man.
No,
They still play at MSG, right?
they do. They usually play UConn there.
That's pretty awesome.
The Big East tournament is out there.
I mean, that's a nice
Your
recruiting.
home games are at the Garden.
Yeah, I
the
mean,
Big
that's
East
dope,
tournament
man.
is
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
When my buddy Jimmy when he played at Syracuse, when we were in our 20s, we would go down to the Big East tournament. That was fucking awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still awesome, but it was better before it all broke up. When you had Syracuse and Georgetown.
Oh, my
before
God.
they, but that was
That was amazing.
That was amazing. There was
like
nothing like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
Carnesecca,
although
I mean,
there was
all
a
the
time.
coaches.
John
Thompson.
Raleigh Massimino, Villanova, little Louis Carnesecca.
Real beef between these.
Oh, they didn't like each other.
Yeah.
No.
Jimmy Boeheim.
Boeheim and Thompson had a rivalry. Syracuse. I'll tell you what, Syracuse back in the day.
Remember Temple? What was his name?
John Chaney.
John Chaney.
Rick Brunson played for him.
John
Yep.
Chaney, the guy that used to chew on the fucking.
No, that's
Jerry
Tarkanian.
Tarkanian. Yeah. That's my guy, Rowan Rebels. Yeah.
The Running Rebels are still the coolest basketball team I've ever seen. And I'm a Duke fan. But I used to love Stacey Augmon. And, it was a tie. Them and the Syracuse Orangemen. Back in the mid to late 80s when they had Stevie Thompson, this kid could jump over a car. He was sick. And they had Derek Coleman. And they had fucking Sherman, Douglas, and Rice. Like, they were that team. They were amazing. That Syracuse run was amazing. But UNLV was like a better version of them. They really were.
Oh, John Chaney was.
Temple.
He was
He's the one who went after California.
Yeah. So I wanted to show you this.
Yeah.
The other day, I wanted to show you this picture because I wanted to tell you, if you ever want to feel how old we're getting, this is.
I am reminded every day how old we're getting.
This is a recent picture.
He just can't help himself.
That's Anderson Hunt.
Oh my God, I hate you.
I know. That's how.
Well, he's older than me. That's
Yeah,
right.
Anderson Hunt.
UNLV shooting
Anderson
guard.
Hunt was shooting
Could jump
guard.
out of the gym when they.
Dude, he was so good.
Greg Anthony and him with a backcourt.
It was Greg Anthony, Stacey Augmon, Larry Johnson,
and him.
Anderson Hunt, and David Butler.
David
That was
Butler.
like,
They had Liddell and Eccles coming off the bench. What year was that?
Yes,
90,
that's
91.
great.
That 90 team that bent Duke over, that was the year before Grant Hill. They were unbelievable.
They were all freshmen. Remember, Hurley was a freshman. You know?
Hurley was a freshman, Layton was a sophomore.
Yeah.
Then they got Hill the next year, and they beat them in the fight. And UNLV was 34-0.
On Love.
And then Duke beat them. And Grant Hill locked Stacey Augmon
Rebs.
down.
Yeah. The Rebels had that amoeba defense they ran, which was like my favorite defense of all time.
It was like a 1-1-3 matchup zone, and it fucked you up.
Yeah.
Because what Tarkanian did was, basically the only guy that never left the paint was the big man. He goes block to block, but the wings would go out, they would rotate, and
it was weird. Like they would rotate backwards, but it was kind of like kind of looked like a diamond press too, right? Like the drop back.
Drag it 1-1-3.
Yeah.
So 1-1-3.
It was wild.
They got a guy on the ball, and then the Anderson Hunt would usually take the first pass, and then you'd have Augmon and Larry Johnson on both wings, and they're just going out and they're just picking off. It was a fucking running gun. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And if you got past them, they had Butler and Eccles, these 2 7-foot shot blockers in the paint that just ran and dunked and ran and dunked and ran and dunked. It was awesome. It was awesome to watch. And they were a historically great team. If it wasn't for Grant Hill and Duke, they'd have repeated. And they would have been undefeated. They were challenging. That's tonight.
Pistons are on a back-to-back tonight. So they got fucking. They got bum blasted last night by the Phoenix Suns.
The Warriors.
Phoenix Suns just.
Did you hear about the trade offer on this one now? Now they're talking about about Giannis going to Golden State to team up with fucking.
And Butler would get shipped to the Bucks.
Yeah.
They would most likely. But Butler
with no ACL.
Yeah.
But
Why would they want him?
it's the same shit as what they did with Dave Lillard. They're like, we'll let him out.
Well, look, here's the problem with all these trades. Yeah. When I look at what Milwaukee is getting back, honestly, the best offer in terms of what they get back was Houston when they get that young center, Singas, whatever his name is.
That
him.
beast.
They were going to give him up.
They'll give him for Giannis.
Just
Giannis
straight up or more.
Cool him in
and
the
a couple draft picks.
They have to
Yeah.
give more, right?
Dude, I feel like
he's an
it's-
all-star
it's like
center,
Sengun.
and he's young.
Yeah.
He's young. You build around him.
I don't.
But if you're Milwaukee, that's the best you're going to get in terms of because you're rebuilding anyway.
Yeah.
So you want to get a young guy you can build
I mean,
around.
that's better than Cat and Mikal.
Way better. It's way better than. Honestly, if I'm Milwaukee, I'm asking for Cat and Anunoby. I'm saying bye.
Yeah.
If Anunoby's not in the deal, I'm Milwaukee. That's the see when you guys
And
are
if
saying
I'm the
this.
Knicks, I'm not giving up.
See when you
Because Eastern Conference,
no,
you're going to see
but
him.
what I was asking you the other night was, and again, maybe it was my fault. I didn't clarify the question. To me, Milwaukee does not make a deal with New York unless you're getting Anunoby in the deal.
Yeah.
If I'm Milwaukee, I'm not doing it.
That wasn't the point.
They could pro-
No, but I was asking if you would do that deal because I personally wouldn't do it.
Yeah, we all said no to that.
No, he said yes.
No, he did.
It's on the tape. He said yes.
For Giannis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be good.
And Cat.
No, but we didn't offer OG. The deal you were talking about, which was Cat, Mikal Bridges, and 2 draft picks.
Do you imagine that pick and roll with him and Jalen Brown? I mean,
Well, no, I would do that.
I would do it too, but if I'm Milwaukee, I wouldn't.
Right, I agree.
because I look at it like this. Look,
I want Anunoby.
Unless you realize that's the best you're going to get. Like maybe the Houston offer.
I think the Houston offer is better because that kid is younger. You can build around
none
him.
of those players are better than Giannis. If I know Giannis a little bit more.
You're not going to get equal value for Giannis.
Right. Yeah, you won't.
That's
You're like,
all right. I'll
Giannis-
take Jason Tatum.
I think you need draft capital.
Well, they're talking about 2 first-round picks.
You need more than that. Mikal Bridges got 5.
You're also getting, if it's Houston, you're also getting an all-star center who's below the age of 25 who you can build around.
Yep.
That's not a bad deal.
Yeah.
Because you
I
can
agree.
build around
I
that
really
kid.
think he can be your one.
He's not. I'd say he was your one. I'm saying he's someone he's a core guy you can build around him. He's not the best player on the team.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you might get 3.
But he's an all-star. You can build around him, and he's young. I'm saying in terms of if you're thinking if Milwaukee is talking rebuild, you get a young all-star below the age of 25, and that's what he is. I don't care what position he plays. You got to get one back.
New York's
That's the only way that deal makes sense.
right.
New York is how old is
This
Cat?
is what?
You guys are close. You guys are what, third in the?
The
in
Seven and
East right
Celtics are
now?
both
Second or
tied.
third,
They're both
right?
tied. They're both.
I mean,
Currently, how we're playing, we're not close.
right. But I mean,
There's limits on this.
are
thing.
you closer with Giannis? I think you get a little
Well,
bit.
it depends on what you give up to get.
That's
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah.
If,
What are you
if
giving
you
up?
give up, if OG is incled,
It doesn't work.
because
If I'm the
we
Knicks,
need
I
an
don't make-
extra defender. We
Yeah.
don't need
Yeah.
the same thing,
No,
basically.
yeah, you can't lose it. Oh, Anunoby's one of
There's
the
all
best.
these little deals going
No,
on. Like
it's-
Lakers got
to
this
me,
thing going with DeAndre Hunter and
the-
Cleveland.
the only way the
You know,
Knicks-
connect and
The only way the Knicks make this deal is if they can keep Anunoby.
Yeah.
yeah.
It doesn't make sense any other way.
Yeah.
Because you have to have, you're still going to have to deal with Boston and Detroit. Their strength is on the wings.
Cat, Mikal, give him a bunch of picks.
Well, no. So Mikal,
That's if Milwaukee would take it. I don't
Mikal,
Milwaukee would take it.
so
Right,
it would be
right.
3-team deal. Mikal would go to the Trailblazers.
Okay.
We would get Drew Holiday.
Oh Jesus,
We would give Cat to the Bucks,
dude, that would be.
and then there would be multiple.
That team,
Now that team would be great.
that team would be a title contender.
Yes,
Because
they would be
defensively,
closer.
you'd only have one liability. It would be Brunson.
Right.
Yep.
Be your only
Exactly.
liability.
And not only do you only because you swap Cat out and you get defensive with Giannis if he wants to.
If
play.
you're able to get him, and if you're able to get Drew Holiday and Giannis and Anunoby, that's a problem.
that's a
problem.
potential
That's
championship
a problem.
team.
Brunson's kind of like the East Coast version of Luca.
We've said this.
He is.
Yeah.
He is. He's just a smaller.
He's worse.
He's worse.
Yeah.
He's smaller. At least Luka
Yeah.
can't be just posted up because he's
Right,
a little bigger.
right, exactly.
But he can get
Luka
posted up
gives
all
you
day
a triple
long.
double
Yeah.
while shitting the bed on the defensive.
Yeah.
end.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Brunson is not.
Brunson's not getting you a triple double.
No.
So
I love Brunson.
I love him too.
I love his game. I
He's
do,
the
yeah.
he's the best little man in the game.
Yep.
I would say that
Without a doubt.
So, but
To
he
have your
but-
top 2 players,
but to me-
as defensive holes.
Yeah, that can't be a problem.
That is-
I mean,
that's tough.
Can't happen.
oh, it's tough.
So, and then of course we'll close the segment with the ever any question because Jason Tatum threw a curveball into this week. We were talking about not possibly coming back this year.
Oh.
Yeah, he said, "I'll decide," or I
He'll
saw
decide
something.
if and
Yeah.
when this is going to happen. And he gave this awful excuse because he was saying, "Well, I don't know how it integrate back into this team. I mean, they formed an identity." I'm like, their identity is you. It's been you for the past 8 years, and the guy that your other running mate, like you guys have proven. What are you integrating? The only question with Jason Tatum is, do they start him coming off the bench, which is what they should do. 20 minutes a night and ramp it back up. That's the right thing to do if you're going to do it. That should not be a problem if he's serious. Why he dropped that nugget? The people are something. And again, these are the meat puppets up there. They've got no evidence to prove this. They're saying there might be a rip because Jalen Brown's saying he's having the most fun of his life playing now. I'm like, really? You are.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
Tatum
I mean,
always trying to
they're
separate
always
those
trying to
guys.
get these two
Tatum's
fights.
Yeah.
Tatum is Tatum.
Tatum's
Tatum is
team.
one of one. And
He's
every big loss against every contender that they've lost to, the real ones, I'm talking the Denvers and the San Antonios and the Houstons, they can't beat those teams without Jason Tatum. They can't. And Jaylen Brown knows that. I don't give a fuck what he
I
says.
don't think Tatum's petty like that.
I know he's not petty. This is a whole. I don't know why Tatum is saying this. I'm thinking he had a setback. Because that's the only reason to say it. And if that's the case, fine, back him.
Exactly.
But but say it. Just fucking say it. Okay, it's okay if you had a setback. People thought you were coming back too fast anyway. So if you had a setback, you had a setback. Okay, ramp it down.
But maybe it's just one of those things where he's like not confident in it. Like it hasn't been a setback, but he doesn't.
I totally understand this. Anybody who's ever been out for an injury, like I get it. But he's young. One. If Katie can come back from when he was older when it happened to him, and he's talked to Katie, him and Katie are pretty good friends actually. So Katie actually kind of helped him with this to what to expect and why to ramp it up. Because Katie was like, "Look, if I came back at my age, you can come back at your age."
Well, Katie didn't come back. Katie was out.
No,
for a
but
year and a half.
I know, but he was a lot older.
What has it been? 8 months?
It's been, I think it's 7 or 8 months.
7 months. God damn.
But it is a 10 Achilles, you know.
It's Achilles.
That's what I'm saying. He needs to cool out. Like
Yeah.
He
I
should,
mean,
it's taken a year.
I thought the All-Star break was, but then you see these hour-long workouts of him going full speed, and you're like, that doesn't even look like he had an Achilles.
yeah.
It's weird. So look, I'm just saying, I don't know why he said it. I'm guessing. I have no proof. He might not have had a setback. Maybe this look, the kid is human. Maybe this Jaylen Brown comment got to him. I don't know. But I know this, okay? It's not the reason he gave was bullshit. This isn't a chemistry problem. You've won championships with every fucking guy in the world. How are they going to integrate the best player they have? But I'll tell you what they'll do. They're going to give you the ball and everything, get the fuck out of the way. That's how they integrate you back.
So he said, I'm not deciding based on health. I'm deciding based on if I.
He was like, they're 50 to, what he said was, he was on Ryan Clark's podcast. And he told him that he said, look, there's 50, 60 games in. They've developed their own identity. They've got a chemistry going, and how do I fit into that? And that's got to be the dumbest thing I've ever heard Jason Tatum say, if he's honestly thinking that. Because the thing is, there's no way they're better without you. There's no way they're better without you. Without you, they might win 50-something games. Heck, they might get to a conference final. If somebody gets hurt, they might get out of the East if a few things have to go right in terms of injuries. But I don't think they'll do it otherwise.
I think something like his agent told him to say that. Or
I don't know. We don't know why he said it. This is what's going on up there. Everybody's speculating that there's a rift between him and Jaylen Brown because of what Brown said. There's no proof of this. Joe Mazzulla is saying, look, we can't wait to have him back. The second he steps on the floor, we're a better team. And he's right. 100% right. Okay? So, but him having to integrate back in, like we're talking about, the team's built around you. They have to adjust. This is the thing.
Is he one of those people that cares about what people think?
He's always cared way too much about what
Because that's what it sounds like to me. It's like he's unsure of what to say because he doesn't know, And
he wants to say the right thing.
Exactly.
He doesn't know what to say a lot of times. And I get it. But I don't think it's a petty thing. He's bigger than that.
Yeah.
He's not one of those dudes.
He's always shown
He's not a diva. He's always shown that. And he plays. He doesn't do load man. He plays. He doesn't miss games.
Doesn't talk shit.
Dude
is just good, man.
He is a great
kind of
player.
like Steph.
He's nice.
But Steph will talk shit every once in a while. But it's more
He's
like,
almost too nice. It makes I've gotten mad at him because he's too nice over there. So it's not.
But sometimes it comes across as like I'm trying to be something because you want to please everybody.
I think that's his problem. He's trying to
there's no pleasing you.
No, but the thing is,
there isn't.
No, there isn't. And look at, but the thing is, like, and you should have heard this thing on ESPN tonight because they were talking about how there were the last American ball player to win MVP was 8 years ago. It was James Harden, and this is where you wish you were on the show. I'm like, really? You know who had the best record 3 of those 8 years? The Boston Celtics. Jason Tatum was on that roster. None of you. He was never higher than fourth or fifth. And by the way, he should have been because usually the best player on the best team gets fucking MVP. Yeah. That's usually how it works, okay? Yeah. So this fucking bullshit about, I can't understand it. Like, you've got 2 of the top. Jaylen Brown right now is an MVP candidate. Right now, he is one of the 10 best players in the world. That's including Jason Tatum. He's been playing that way. They're both American, okay? Jalen Brunson, American. Okay, that's three right there. I'm telling you,
James Harden was the last American
to win the MVP, but Tatum gets porked on this every fucking year.
Yeah.
When they went 64-18, how was he not the MVP? That's when they won the title.
They were probably the best team in the league for 4 years.
They probably were. They lost in the finals to Golden State. They should have beat them. They were up 2-1. They basically handed it to him on a silver platter all the turnovers. And he's been all NBA
next
first.
year they lost the Eastern Conference Finals.
The Heat. They spotted in the 3-0 lead, came back and tied it, and then Tatum went down in the first minute of Game 7, and they lost.
Yeah.
So I mean, the thing is, so the point is, the reason there hasn't been an American MVP ball player is because you donkeys in the media don't look at these guys as great as they are. Jason Tatum is the best player in the world when he's healthy. He cannot be defended. There's no one on this planet that can guard Jason Tatum when he's healthy. No one. And now that he's passing the ball and he's decided to rebound, now he's become a better all-around player. And he always played defense. Jason Tatum has no holes in his game. When you look at his game, he doesn't have a hole. It's mental. He's too nice. He's too passive. He's trying to please everybody. Those are his problems. Yeah. That's his only problems. There is no reason not to vote for the kid, but I don't understand why we haven't had an American ball player. That's just That's the one. Like, you're fucking idiots voting for it, and the Celtics probably have the most wins in the league over the past 5 years if you count regular season and playoffs.
So you think those years that
he got
Jokic got it, you think he should have been getting
Tatum should have gotten at least one MVP by now, possibly two. The first year they lost in the finals, the first year that they lost in the finals to Golden State, he should have won it that year. And then when they won the title, he should have won it that year. Those are the two I thought he should have won.
When
they won the championship, definitely won. And the year they lost to Golden State,
were they the 1 seed going in?
Yeah,
oh yeah, they were.
They had the best record in the league. They were destroyed.
Was the fucking cakewalk.
That was the cakewalk. That was the spoon fest.
He could have taken it away from him.
Would you like some syrup in your
what?
Embiid
is not a better basketball player.
Right, that's how we're talking about the guy. You're not going to take away from Shea. He didn't play this year, right?
No.
Yeah, you're not going to take away from Joker.
I think he's a better player.
Joker has 3 MVPs.
Yeah,
2023. What was it?
It was Embiid.
It was Embiid.
That should have been Tatum. Yeah.
And is that
then 24 when Jokic won it, Tatum had the best record in the league and they won the title. That was 24. So that's the one you take away from Jokic.
Last year the title?
2024. Last year it was.
Hey, I remember they didn't want to give it to Joker, and his numbers were better than Embiid, but they still gave it to Embiid. It was kind of
that when
that was a gift.
But here's the problem with that. And I can't, this is what pisses me off. It's not just about numbers. That's the individual. What impact do you have on the team?
Yeah.
If your team has, this is why Larry Bird won 3 in a row. They had the best record in the fucking league 3 years in a row. Yes, by the way, in '86, he was the only player to do this. He finished in the top 10 in 5 categories.
He's
still
trying to hold that.
Go ahead. We're at 36. You know what? This is a good time to take a break. We're going to come back, segment 2. We're going to talk Bill Belichick getting snubbed. And we're also going to break down the Seattle Seahawks tonight. We're going to give you who's, what, and why. Segment 2, come right up. You got the late teams. Do it.
Done.
I got you. Roll it over there. We're going to make a drink.